right, let's do that latest Suicide Squad trailer.
Robert Dubois. He's in prison for putting Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet.
I'm not joining your Suicide Squad.
We'll see.
My court date is coming up. And Miss Waller said maybe you could help me out.
You're flexing in my door!
Everyone stand down.
Miss Waller, I don't...
Stand down!
I wouldn't take such extreme measures if this mission went more important than you could possibly imagine. Are you in or out? Good. Let's meet your team.
It's okay, I'm not okay.
Each member is chosen for his or her own completely unique set of abilities.
I need to feel the raindrops on my head, on my head.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Had to go number 2.
Good to know.
Is this thing a dog?
A dog? What kind of dog do you think it is, mate?
I'm gonna go with Afghan hound.
Oh my god, is it a werewolf?
Yo, they turned me into a werewolf! Yo, let me out!
Hey, he's not a werewolf, okay? He's a weasel. He's harmless. I mean, he's not harmless. He's killed 27 children, but, you know.
Your mission is to destroy every trace of something known only as Project Starfish. Any questions?
Starfish is a slang term for a butthole. Think there's any connection?
No.
No. All right. Let's get it. This is suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
I'm a superhero!
That's my dad.
I want to get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
Now it. Stay off the comm.
Well, this trailer did a lot better job at explaining the storyline and the setup than the last one did. Although at this point, I think everybody knows what the Suicide Squad is and what they do. This one, though, told you what the specific mission was. And from the looks of it, you know, them having to go to another country to do, like, I guess, a messy mission, you know, Project Starfish. Basically, the government is hiring them to go kill something. That's more in line with what the Suicide Squad is like in the comics. Like, you couldn't ask the Justice League or the Teen Titans to go hunt something down and kill it like that, necessarily. But you could ask the Suicide Squad. You know, you're asking them, these villains, to do things you can't ask a hero team to do. That's something that the first Suicide Squad in 2016 didn't really, like, present that well, you know? They didn't really say why this team of villains was needed to do something other people couldn't do. It was just them trying to, like, defeat a crazy enchantress. So I liked how this movie is actually, you know, better exploring what the Suicide Squad concept is and why they're unique from other super teams. It also said, Amanda Waller said right in the beginning, like, each member is chosen for specific abilities for something. That's something else the first Suicide Squad didn't really say. Like, they didn't really say why certain people were selected, like, what skill set do you bring, etc., etc., etc. Or at least they didn't really show it. This movie maybe is going to show it better. So already I think this movie is doing a better job just to show what the Suicide Squad's about than before. We got to see a lot more action. There were, like, a lot of quick cuts between different scenes and different characters. It was kind of frenetic with a lot of different stuff going on, and it jumped around a lot. They made sure to emphasize a lot of, you know, these Harley Quinn action scenes, because Harley Quinn is a big character. There was a part where she was, like, running up on a wall, which seemed, you know, like, kind of Matrix-like, and I was like, I don't know, can you do that in real life? It's almost like she had powers, but, you know, Harley Quinn doesn't have superpowers, right? At least not the last time I checked. So, you know, hopefully they aren't overdoing it with her. I know, like, in the last, like, few years or so in the comics, they've made Harley Quinn a lot more competent. Like, when the character was first introduced, she was kind of like a joke or someone most people could easily beat up. But, you know, these days they're making her more formidable, but I hope they're not overdoing it. Like, you know, writing her like she's like Superman or something. But we'll see. They open the trailer though with introducing Bloodsport to explain who he is. And I guess that they felt they had to, because a lot of people were kind of like, they don't know who Bloodsport is. They don't understand, you know, what kind of character he is. And so I guess the movie felt like they had to tell us. He's in prison for hurting Superman. I guess that's why they decided to open with that, because they felt they had to say something. It also looks like in the beginning of the trailer when they show him wiping up the floor, it almost looks like he's cleaning up pieces of the starfish that have been like frozen or hard or something. It's probably not what that is, because it's before he's recruited for the squad, but that's what it looks like. And we see in the beginning of the trailer like this first squad, which, you know, looks like they're the ones who get killed. There's rumors, this is a rumor, I don't know if it's a spoiler, rumors, that there's a version of the squad where most of the people die, like in the early part of the movie. And then after they fail, you know, Amanda Waller has to recruit a second set. And the second set of Suicide Squad members are the ones who are going to be like the main characters in the movie, or most of them. I mean, I have a feeling Captain Boomerang survives and maybe some others, but a lot of these people here in this shot, I think, wind up dead. There are lots of jokes in this one, just like in the last one, so that's not necessarily new or different. Although the jokes in here do seem a bit better and more organic than in the first trailer. They definitely highlight that they're selling, you know, that they're selling this movie on James Gunn's reputation, like his resume from the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. So we'll see how that works out. There's still some people who are kind of weirded out by James Gunn because of the controversy with why he was fired from Disney with some of his comments that he made. But I think most people will come around to that. Like, if this movie's good, I don't think anybody's going to care about those anymore, and I think Warner Brothers feels that way too. Now, they call Starro Project Starfish in this movie, so it almost seems like he's an experiment and not an alien from another planet, like in the comics. So I wonder, you know, if they're changing the origin. Just because they're calling him Project Starfish doesn't mean that Starro is not an alien from another planet. Like, he could still be that way, but it does seem like maybe they're changing it where he's something somebody created here on Earth, but that might not be the case. There's a scene here where, you know, we see Starro. It's actually kind of gross looking, but it's like he's spewing out all these little starfish, and that's basically what, you know, the giant Starro is spewing out little starfish. But, you know, that's what he does in the comics, so it's very accurate, but also kind of gross. Because the way they draw, the way Starro was rendered, it's like he has all these tiny little dots under him and stuff, like these bumps. That does look kind of nasty. But I guess he's going to use those to control Suicide Squad members and, you know, make them do his bidding. But yeah, it basically looks like it's going to be an action comedy, right? Which is basically what James Gunn did for Marvel with the Guardians of the Galaxies movies. And what a lot of Marvel movies are like anyway, at least were. These days, Marvel seems to be pivoting to kind of, I guess, be a bit more experimental with its content than it was in the past. But like the first like 10 years of Marvel, phase 1, that was action comedy. And yeah, this does look like the kind of movie someone who comes from the Marvel school of filmmaking, so to speak, would make. Yeah, what do you think? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.